No one has bathed in these waters for nearly 4 decades, even though this is the oldest surviving outdoor pool in the country. It was built by the Georgians, who wanted a new place in town to go skinny dipping, away from the nearby river and Roman baths.
In the 1800s, we had a lot of overcrowding in the Roman baths, become a bit of a place of debauchery, and instead we had a lot of men swimming nude in the River Avon. That affected the sensibilities of Georgian ladies, and there was an act passed to ban nude swimming in the river, and this was a response to this, really, to provide a place for them to swim.
And it survived until the 1980s, succumbing to competition from a new indoor leisure centre, despite the years of joy here.
The main thing that people remember when they talk about the pools is that it was a place of fun. And it was the place to be seen. You know, everyone's coming and hanging out, you know, posing on the grass. It's not just about swimming, it's a place to just be and socialise. That's what we're trying to do, is make it not just for swimmers, but for everybody.
It's had a mixed history after swimming.
And I think I've got a fish. And this is the first fish that I've ever caught.
ITV News filmed it as a trout farm and tea gardens. And then there were years of very little, before a trust was set up to preserve it back in 2003.
What's this room here?
So this was the original caretaker's cottage.
The 200-year-old building is Grade 2 listed, but on the at-risk register. Render showing its age, ceilings needing repair. The changing rooms have been gently decaying despite the best efforts of volunteers. The trust has received £4.7 million of lottery money. It needs to raise £250,000 more. But after so long in the doldrums, work will start here in the next few months, and it won't be straightforward.
The site itself is quite constrained in terms of moving around. So obviously you have a big hole in the middle of it for a swimming pool full of water. It's also steeply sloped, so moving around in terms of logistics on site is quite challenging. But the biggest challenge we face is getting things here.
To get materials here, they'll have to boat them in on the same river where those notorious nudists so appalled high society in the early 1800s. Swimming with costumes is likely to start next year, ahead of a full opening in 2022. In a city famed for its architecture, Bath's smallest crescent will be back in action. Robert Murphy, ITV News, Bath.